In this video clip, we're going to be discussing sodium intake and how it affects your overall health. Hey there, how's it going? It is your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward, and this is a follow-up video answering some questions and comments that came through with regards to the video that I made a while back about sodium. I posted a video titled My Secret Pre-Workout Supplement, and what it was sodium. I mean, how you can take sodium to help enhance your athletic performance. Now, I've got a whole, it's like when I put that video out there, it really stirred up the pot. So, I mean, I had a lot of people saying, yes, this really works, thanks for sharing it. Had another people saying that I'm a freaking idiot and, you know, that I'm gone off the deep end and blah, 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 and everything in between. But bottom line, I want to kind of explain how sodium works and why sodium can actually be a performance-enhancing supplement for hard training athletes. First off, you need to get rid of the idea that salt and sodium is bad. You know, the mainstream media is just throwing this out there. Sodium's bad. Avoid sodium at all costs, and thinking that this is the bad guy. But sodium is not necessarily the bad guy for everybody. It depends on the individual. Now, let's look at a hard training athlete. Someone who is drinking a lot of water, eating a lot of food, generally eating a lot of clean, healthy, unprocessed food, and is also doing a lot of regular physical exercise. Be that weight training, cardio training, sport-specific training, whatever, they're doing a lot of exercise. So the fact that they're exercising means they're sweating a lot. So they're losing fluid, they're losing sodium and electrolytes through their sweat. They're drinking a lot of water. They're also losing a lot of sodium through their water intake, because you drink a lot, you flush it out. You drink a lot, you flush it out. They're eating clean, healthy food, unprocessed food, which contains very low sodium. So when you combine all this together, most athletes have a very low sodium intake. And if you are losing sodium through your sweat, you're losing sodium because you're drinking a lot of water, and you're not replenishing it, you can actually go into a sodium deficit, where you actually don't have enough electrolytes in your system to support what you need. And you will find that sometimes you may experience weakness, you may experience muscle cramps, you may experience lightheadedness, dizziness. And these issues, a lot of times people think it might be related to blood sugar or lack of carbs or something like that, but a lot of times it's lack of sodium. So by increasing your sodium intake, especially if you fit this category of a hard training athlete, this can actually improve your athletic performance. I mean, most people who I've shared this with, as soon as they start consuming more salt, they say, I feel stronger in the gym, I'm getting a better muscle pump, I have more energy. It's like the best supplement out there. I mean, if this was packaged up and sold as some super duper miracle supplement, and I was, you know, charging $50 a bottle for it or something, people would be nuts for it. But it's plain old salt. It could be sea salt, table salt. It really doesn't matter. I mean, it's just plain old salt, because what you're doing is you're replenishing what your body needs. You're actually providing the sodium your body needs. Now, let's compare sodium to a sedentary individual. You know, the average Joe, you know, people who are consuming the so-called average diet. So they're not drinking a lot of water, they're not exercising, and they're eating processed food. So in this situation, first off, you're not exercising, so you're not sweating, you're not losing a lot of sodium because you're not sweating it and losing it. You're not drinking a lot of water, so obviously if you don't drink a lot of water, you're not flushing your body, you're not flushing the sodium out of your body. So in this situation, if you consume a lot of sodium and there's no way for your body to get rid of it, then that's when it can build up in your system and actually cause problems, cause blood pressure issues, and all the negative side effects that we hear about sodium. And that's the reason why the mainstream media is telling people to avoid sodium, is because the average person is not exercising, the average person is not drinking a lot of water. So they have no way to flush it out of their system. But if they were flushing it out of their system, they'd need to replenish what they lose. So that's why you're going to have two schools of thought with regards to sodium. Athletes and sedentary individuals, you can't like paint everybody with the same brush and say, oh, everybody has to avoid sodium, because it depends on the individual, depends on their lifestyle, and you know, you have to adjust it accordingly. So I want to kind of clarify that, because a lot of people were saying, oh, if I eat sodium then I'm going to have blood pressure issues and blah 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 blah. And it's not necessarily the case. It really depends on your overall lifestyle and adjusting your diet and exercise and everything else according to what your body needs. If you don't need extra sodium because you're a couch potato and you don't drink a lot of water, then you're probably not watching these videos. But for people like that, no, they should keep their sodium intake low, right? Because they're not losing it. But for athletes and people who are losing sodium, you need to replenish what you lose, or else you're going to suffer side effects from too low sodium rather than too much. And that is a whole nother topic altogether, but in fact, in the greater scheme of things, too little sodium is more dangerous than too much. I mean, temporarily, yeah, too much sodium can increase your blood pressure and cause problems like that, but in extreme cases, too low sodium, you can actually die from that. I mean, if you want, you can go Google search it. I'll probably post some links down in the video description below explaining how this works. But there have been athletes, especially in extreme sports like marathons or extreme endurance sports, where people have actually died because they haven't gotten enough sodium in their system. Sodium is not the bad guy that people make it out to be. Anyway, this video's gone on long enough. I'm just kind of ranting and roaring here. If you have any other questions, comments, feedback, feel free to post those down in the comment section below. I'll chat with you down there. Have yourself a fantastic day, and stay tuned for my next video coming soon. Take care. Over and out.